Hello, everyone. I'm sure no one's watching because this is my first stream ever. Hopefully, I set everything up. I connected to YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Uh, if it's working on one out of the three, I'll be super happy. I know at least that I am recording on this, so that's great. Yeah, this is the first time I'm going live. The idea here is to look at some startup companies, talk about them, see what I think is working well or not working so well, um, and hopefully it provides some good content. So for now, I'm just going to start off on Product Hunt. There are certainly a lot of startup companies out there and many different ways that we can check them out. But I think Product Hunt's a great place to start. Not everything that goes onto Product Hunt is great. Even companies that get high upvotes sometimes don't do very well when it comes to execution or positioning or user acquisition. So I think it's just an interesting thing to throw out there. On a personal note, one of the reasons I'm doing this is to help get over anxiety as well. I think it takes a lot to put a camera in your face and to go on the internet and go live. And yeah, I've been thinking about doing this for a while now. So I might as well just try it. This is all unscripted. I have not looked at any of these companies yet. This is all fresh to me. As it is to you. So I don't think there's any point in overthinking, over scripting, trying to do this in a very specific way. Just going to do it and see what happens. So let's look at some of these companies. That's cool to have 1,500 in free transactions. SaaS companies, payment solution. I mean, I guess this is cool, but there's a lot of payment solutions that exist already. Um, I don't know if there's anything uniquely special about adding another payment solution into the market. Um, from what I'm seeing in the messaging here, it's just saying that they do payment processing. Uh, if there is something unique with Cream, someone let me know. But this just looks like another payment processor. But good for them for getting number one. Let's see. AI powered interactive demos. So this could be interesting. I've seen a few other companies that will do this. I think this is a great way to help create content. And obviously for SaaS companies, it can be a real issue to display their product quickly and easily. So there was a company that I had used a long time ago, and I can't remember the name of it. Um, but they essentially did something that was very similar to this. Obviously, that company hasn't taken over a large market share, so there is potential for another company to come in and do something like this. But I think this looks great. Um, I'd be really interested to try this out, and I think that I will save this company for later and maybe do a deep dive and a demo. I don't see anything as far as pricing goes. It just looks like they want you to go through the tutorial. This is great as being really straightforward and bare bones. I don't like when companies try and put too much content onto their website and flood tons of information that you have to go through. This is really great onboarding. It's just saying, "Oh look, try without an account." Even I love that. Yeah, this will be interesting. It could be good, could be not. Like I said, I haven't looked at any of these companies. I pulled up Product Hunt and just had this here waiting to go live. So I haven't done any research on these companies. I have no idea who's behind them. I'm just kind of looking at them now as everyone else is. Uh, Tripsy. Okay, so for people that know me on a personal level, I travel a lot. Um, I've traveled pretty constantly, actually. So let's see if this is anything that I could use. Organize activities, details. I don't like that this is only on the App Store. I understand, obviously, with betas and MVPs, you can't always have it on both app stores, but this doesn't really tell me anything. Lets you effortlessly organize activities, plan detailed itineraries, receive real-time flight updates, track expenses, view travel stats, and much more all in one place. I mean, I guess that can be cool. Booking.com has a similar feature now. So Booking.com has always done hotels. Obviously, they have apartments and hostels and a few other things. Actually, here, let's just pull it up right now. And for a long time, they've also had car rental. But Poshbacker. One thing that's cool that they've done more recently is add flights. So I usually book through Google Flights, and there have been cheaper flights through Booking. Now, I use Booking a lot for accommodations because I get like the Genius discount, and I always have a really good experience with booking hotels and hosts. So I'm on the app anyway. And now that they have flights, if I do happen to get the cheapest flight through Booking, all of my flight information is also within the Booking.com app. I never rent cars, and I don't really ever get taxis. I've never tried to use their attractions feature. I'm sure it's great. But I guess the point is that it seems like this solution already exists, but in a much bigger and established company. So I would like to see something more from Tripsy. I don't have an iPhone, so that's a huge problem for me to demo this. But if they do end up having an Android version, I'd love to check it out. But again, I don't know if there's enough of a unique selling position here. It is interesting, though, that this company has already been around for 5 years. So they're doing something right. Either they have a ton of funding or they do have some paying customers. It's interesting. But so far, Superdemo is kind of leading here. Reduce tabs clutter in Chrome. I think we all have that problem. Automatically groups tabs by subdomain. Okay, that could be cool. So I actually just had to reset my computer to update my streaming software, and I had probably like 50 tabs through several different windows. I'm pretty bad with this. I don't get as bad as some people that have 100. I usually max out at 50. But I think on the low end, I'll have at least 20 tabs open. So if this works, actually, I want to watch this demo. Let's see. There's no music. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I think that's my
This
problem.
is what Amazon has to do.
Oh, yeah.
The required number of destinations for full coverage is greatly reduced by
Oh, I
orienting
have
for
something
2-day
else going on.
delivery.
Hold on. I had my. Where's this coming from? Okay, sorry, I had something else playing. Again, I'm not used to this. I'm not used to streaming. Let's try this again. Oh, I just realized I have the sound on mute. It's just music. I guess I could put it on. Suspend this on loop. Oh, you know what? Oh, okay. So it's a little interesting. Okay, so you have these folders that it looks like will go where your favorites normally would go on Chrome, and then it has this color coding, and then you can pop it open. I guess that's cool. The only thing that I don't like about this demo is that you have to, it looks like you have to manually enter this. So I suppose it's not too bad. I would obviously prefer to be able to download something and it just automatically sorts, and then gives me the option to go back and manually have different categories. I think it's cool though, otherwise. I mean, it's a simple solution. Let's see. Oh, there's automatic grouping. Maybe that'll do it. Okay, I mean, I think that's kind of cool. I'm gonna try this. Oh, that's not what I want. I'm gonna try it out later, but I'll just keep it as something to save. I think that's really interesting. This could be something cool. Is it going to be the next Amazon? Probably not. But I like simple solutions that address simple problems. I think one of the issues that a lot of startups have, and I know I'm preaching to the choir, if anyone is actually watching this on LinkedIn, I think too many startups try and solve really complicated problems and create really complicated solutions. And they have a lot of problems with deliverability because of it. Either they never fully go to market, or they're addressing the wrong problem, or they end up taking too much time and too much money, usually investor money, to build their solution. So something like this is great because it's simple, it's straightforward. Everybody has too many tabs. I don't really know anyone that is like great with, you know, having a low amount of tabs, and it seems to work. So I like this solution. I'm gonna come back to that later. The only reason why is that I've switched browsers recently. I'm now on DuckDuckGo and Brave, and so I don't know which one's gonna be better for Chrome extensions. I think Brave is better, but I'm actually on DuckDuckGo right now. So I'll do it another time when I can kind of play around with things. Okay, another AI company. There's a lot of these. Coho AI boosts conversion rates by delivering the right experience at the right time. Using advanced AI, Coho AI automatically segments users based on product behavior and personalizes their journeys. Okay, something like this is always valuable if it works well. My only issue with this type of space is that there's so many tools for conversion. So for someone like myself that works in marketing and sales, it's hard to know what to use. There's so many solutions out there. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with this. I'm just saying that it's a really crowded space. It could be great. I mean, hey, if this helps you make a little bit of extra money and it doesn't cost that much, It's awesome. Finds your best customers, identifies the next steps to improve them, and automatically drives higher revenue. Let's watch the demo. Hopefully my audio works this time.
Hi, my name is Itamar Falcon and I'm the co-founder and CEO of CoAI. Today I want to show you a quick demo on how we found a unique way to maximize revenue from every user. In the following demo, I will show you three things. One, how CoAI identified different segments in your user base, each with its own customer journey. How CoAI finds the best strategy for every user to maximize revenue, and how we act in real time to collect this revenue from your users. We start our demo in the CoAI segmentation page. CoAI will automatically segment your users, from segmenting users based on their likelihood to perform a specific action like conversion, to segmenting users based on feature adoption and usage patterns. With CoAI, you can stop guessing and let CoAI identify the different segmentations for you. To enable segmentation, simply select the classifier and CoAI will handle the rest. Let's choose the likelihood to act classifier. In this example, we'll segment users into three buckets: low, medium, and high, representing the likelihood of a user to act in a desired manner. We'll set the desired outcome to convert from trial. And once selected, CoAI will automatically and in real time categorize each user into the appropriate bucket. CoAI is a dynamic platform, so as user behavior changes, their classification will adapt accordingly. CoAI is an operational platform. Our goal is not to show you where the gold is, but to actually help you collect it. And so we developed a playbook engine that allows you to act on our analysis. In this example, I would like to introduce to you our trial management playbook, which is designed to guide each user to conversion using the most effective strategy tailored to them.
So I guess what I'm curious about is if this is an integration that goes within your CRM or onto your website. If it's within your CRM, that's cool, but obviously you need to have quite a few customers, and it sounds like this is more of a B2C solution. If it goes on your website, that could also be interesting. I don't know yet. I'm sure they're probably going to answer, but that's just what I'm thinking about now.
The first step is to introduce the users, obviously, to the basic offering of your product. From there, CoAI automatically segments your users, helping you determine who are the users that actually adopted the basic features and who are the users that needs a little bit more help. If the user adopted the basic features, obviously we want to promote him to the premium offering, showing them the actual benefit of your premium offering. If not, we continue focusing on the core features. At the end of the trial, we
So I guess this is probably for new website users.
Promote him to and who are the users to the active strategy tailored to them. The first step is to introduce the users, obviously, to the basic offering of your product. From there, CoAI automatically segments your users, helping you determine who are the users that actually adopted the basic features and who are the users that needs a little bit more help. If the user adopted the basic features, obviously we want to promote him to the premium offering, showing them the actual benefit of your premium offering. If not, we continue focusing on the core features. At the end of the trial, we leverage CoAI segmentation yet again to assess the likelihood of a user to actually convert from trial. If the user shows low likelihood to convert, maybe he needs more time to explore the platform, so the appropriate action would be to extend his trial. For medium likelihood to convert, we offer maybe discounts or other incentives to push him a little bit further to make a final decision. And lastly, if the user's likelihood is high, sometimes the best thing is to do nothing and allow him to explore on his own. I hope this demo sparked your interest to learn how CoAI truly transforms how we act on users to generate more revenue. If you want to learn more, please contact us and we would love to spark your interest a little bit more. Thank you.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess it makes sense. There are a lot of personalization tools out there. And to be honest, I don't know about all of them. There's a lot. So I can't really say how this compares to other segmentation tools. I would still be willing to try this. Because again, I mean, if it can help you make money, then it's great. Don't see anything about pricing. Yeah, it looks like you have to go through sales, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you know, whatever. They have 2,000 followers. That's good. Yeah, that's really nice. So they have a little bit of traction. What are they talking about? Live on Product Hunt, only 8 likes. Yeah, I mean the branding looks nice. I don't know. I like I said, there's so many of these tools that exist. This could be great, but just off of pulling up Product Hunt, I really don't know. I'm gonna keep it as something for later though. We'll see. Oh, we're only 5 through. Okay, Notion's an ad. All-in-one SEO tool set. Okay, there's a lot of these. You're competing against SEMrush and others. I don't know. I mean, they have nice branding, but they seem to have a ton of content. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, there's just so many SEO tools. Let's see. Let's see what they got going on. We'll watch the demo video. Why not?
Hey, it's Nate from Positional, and in this quick video, I'm going to recap our Optimize toolset. Optimize is our content optimization tool. The first thing you'll want to do is you'll want to give us that primary keyword. For example, internal linking SEO. The next thing you'll do is you'll click Build Content Report, and it takes a few minutes to run. And essentially what we do is we crawl the top performing pages in Google today for that keyword you've entered, and we try to figure out what's the right recipe or what's the right formula for that piece of content that we should create. You can run as many reports as you want, and you can run these reports back to back to back, so you don't have to wait for one report to finish loading by the time you generate the next one. Once a report is finished loading, we'll give you some suggestions. So for example, we'll give you a suggested word count. We'll tell you how many headers and images to use. We'll do an analysis on tone as well as readability of your piece versus the company.
All right, so this is my problem with generating content specifically for SEO. Now, I think that it's fine to consider SEO when creating content. But when you create content that is purely for SEO, you're not creating content for users or prospects. And at the end of the day, when you're creating content, that's who you're really creating it for. You're creating it for users. And I think it's fine to optimize for SEO. It's fine to create high volume content, but it still needs to have the users in mind. So I don't like necessarily going in and saying, okay, we have this piece of content, we're going to go through and just optimize it for SEO. If you do that, it still needs to be in line with your larger marketing strategy. It needs to be in line with your ICP and what they want to view. And SEO is secondary or even tertiary. It can't be the top priority. So I get the idea of this. I just think that the issue is, again, creating content just for SEO's sake is not the best way. So I don't know. I might try this. It's not usually the way I do things. Although I'm not super rich, so maybe don't listen to me. Payment optimization and failed payment recovery technology. Okay, so it's a Stripe integration. So I guess it's like a remarketing tool for failed payments, is what it seems like. Yeah, I do use Stripe, but not heavily. I don't know if I'm going to integrate this. I guess this is a very specific niche solution, which can be great. If anyone is watching this and thinks that there's a lot of potential for remarketing for failed payments, and let me know. I suppose if the payment failed, then that means the person doesn't have money, so it's kind of hard to resell them, but I could be missing something there. Okay. JavaScript data grid with advanced spreadsheet controls. Okay, this just seems very similar to Airtable. Developers can integrate professional spreadsheet controls into their applications faster and more flexibly than ever. I mean, yeah, this just seems implement a feature. I mean, yeah, this is not unique enough. I'm not going to spend too much time looking at this. Let's go to the next one. Visualize data with a no-code online chart maker. Okay. Instantly convert spreadsheet. I mean, doesn't Excel do this already? I don't understand. It's weird because these two companies are back to back on. I don't think they're related, but you have a spreadsheet company here that does what Excel does, and then you have this company which also does spreadsheet. I don't use spreadsheets too much. I mean, I do use them, but obviously there are some people that use them all day, every day. I feel like Excel and Google Sheets does a great job. And then when those fail for some reason, Airtable works really well too, as like a project management tool, and having a few other features that are better for collaboration. So I don't want to speak too much on it for someone or for people that specifically use spreadsheets more than I do. But it's not great when you enter a space where there's really three behemoths, again, between Excel, Google Sheets, and in my opinion, Airtable is the third. And then even on your Product Hunt launch, there are there's another company that's exactly like yours that has a very similar scoring. So I don't know. I'm not going to dive too much into these spreadsheet solutions. It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Okay. Watch and learn to make better decisions. Session replay allows you to make better product decisions with both data and visual replays of user journeys. Okay, this is already a lot more interesting than Instacharts. Sorry, Instacharts. Let's see, can I watch this or is it? Okay, so it's just a tracker. This is like, oh, man, I'm going to be such a fool for not remembering the name of this company because it's really popular. It's that Hotspot app. that you put on your website, so you see where like there's a lot of activity. This seems very similar to it. I think this tool could be really great. Let's watch the demo. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I mean, this is cool. I think this is great. For people that don't work in sales and marketing, I think it's hard to explain and understand psychology that goes into both sales and marketing. User behavior is obviously really important. And this is this is a simple solution. It's not overly complicated. And it just sees what people are looking at. Is it just a simple mouse tracker? Yeah, it is. But I love that they've positioned this specifically as a tool that you use to find user behavior. I mean, that's great. They have good messaging here. It's very clear. Measure the what and the why. Use both qualitative and quantitative data to quickly identify patterns, understand individual pain points, and make decisions that drive impact. I'd be really interested. I don't see a link to their LinkedIn. I'd be interested to talk to the founder or whoever, or their CMO, because they've done a good job with branding, and this looks really nice. Let's see. Let's see if we can find them here. Next panel. I don't know why they didn't have a link to their LinkedIn. I don't see it. That's all right. 57,000 followers. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's interesting that they've just launched on Product Hunt. They obviously have a lot of traction. Good for them. Founded in 2009. They've been around for a while. I wonder if this is not their first Product Hunt launch. Yeah, let's see who's running this company. They have quite a few employees. Oh, CEO here, Amir. Yeah, I'd love to talk to him about this. I'd love to hear about some use cases. You know, this is going back to the other company we were looking at before. How I said there's just so many SaaS products for marketing and sales, and just tons of different solutions, and it's hard to know what to use, what to add to your stack. So this is cool because I like that it's simple and I don't have to consider other tools that I'm using. It's just kind of plug and play. It's very straightforward. Again, it's a mouse tracker, but they do provide some interesting data, you know, based on activity. So I like this. I don't have to integrate it into Zapier or into, you know, my CRM or anything else. It just seems like it can be a great standalone product. I'll definitely do a deeper dive into this at some point, and I may even try and talk to Amir and see if he wants to chat for a while, because this is cool. Again, I like simple. They tell me exactly what they're doing. Their website doesn't have a lot of crowded information or too many graphics. It's very, very straightforward. Oh, self-guided tour. Okay. This is going to be longer than I thought. I wanted to stay on Product Hunt mostly, but again, this is the first time I'm streaming. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm not trying to go off of a script or anything specific. I just thought it'd be interesting to look at some startup tech companies. So let's see. Let's look at a funnel. Select the events for your critical funnel. For example, what is your conversion for users who make a purchase after viewing a page? Okay. Tell you exactly where people are dropping off. Yes. That is so huge. Okay, so let me go through the process of how I usually do things when I start working with a new client. Obviously, we have some discovery calls. We build out marketing strategy. So we do research, competitor analysis, industry analysis. Then we build out the actual strategy, right? And a lot of it's in the first stages, very testing focused. So we have some assumptions based on our research, and we try and make educated decisions on what to do for the preceding quarter. And we say, okay, we're going to try this, this, this. And of course, top of funnel is the biggest priority. We want to see where people or where we're getting our most reach, but we also still build a funnel on the back end. And the first thing that you do when you go into your next strategy, your next quarterly strategy after the first quarter, or if you've for some reason built a half yearly strategy, you look at your conversion through the funnel. And so when you have a tool like this, and it very clearly says, okay, this is where people dropped off, then you know to go back and optimize this specific section. Top of funnel is easy, right? You can see reach on different channels, and you can usually see source and things like that. But then when you get towards middle and bottom, it becomes more complicated, and this is where it's super valuable to optimize. So I love this. Can immediately jump into replays by clicking into the funnel. Okay, from here you can watch exactly how users move through your product. Oh yeah, that's great. So it shows where they scrolled, it shows where they're hovering over. Again, this is very similar to that company whose name I can't remember that shows hotspots, but it looks like this has better reporting, and this video capture is really cool too. Search for specific events. Share any interesting findings with your team. The exact time it happened. Oh my gosh, I love this. Book a demo. No, I don't want to talk to anyone yet. I'm so weird about. They're tracking me. They're like, hey, I don't want to book a demo. I just want to. Okay, I guess. Where was the? I wanted to go back through the self-guided tour. Because I thought I might have gone off on a different path. Let me see. I could be wrong. Oh yeah, that's when I clicked replays. Okay. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. I think this seems to work really well. This is a longer demo. I'm gonna watch this. Because so far this is probably the best one we found on Product Hunt. Okay, I understand that obviously this company already is pretty well established, but I've never heard of them. Even though there's 57,000 followers. I think this seems really useful.
Hi, I'm AK with Mixpanel, and today we're excited to introduce Session Replay for Mixpanel customers. Session Replay allows you to visually capture your end user's experience with your apps and websites, and then replay those experiences inside of Mixpanel, so you can see what your end users saw. In this way, Session Replay blends quantitative metrics with qualitative data so you can understand your customers and their experiences better. Let's start off with a real-world example that highlights the value of Session Replay in Mixpanel. Here is a classic Mixpanel funnel that follows users across a sign-up flow. In this funnel, we expect users to view a page for the first time, then click the Get Started button, then interact with a form before finishing sign-up. From this view, our funnel looks okay. Our acquisition rate is right around 20%, but we can do better, right? If we dig in a little more and visualize the conversion.
I flipped my video. Sorry, I know we're in the middle of this, but I put up my McLovin thing, and when it originally showed, it was flipped, but my monitor's over on this side, and every time I looked on the flipped, it looked like I was looking away, but now it looks like I'm looking onto the screen. So I'm gonna start this over again. I apologize, because we may end up clipping this into a video, but let's watch this.
Hi, I'm AK with Mixpanel, and today we're excited to introduce Session Replay for Mixpanel customers. Session Replay allows you to visually capture your end user's experience with your apps and websites, and then replay those experiences inside of Mixpanel, so you can see what your end users saw. In this way, Session Replay blends quantitative metrics with qualitative data so you can understand your customers and their experiences better. Let's start off with a real-world example that highlights the value of Session Replay in Mixpanel. Here is a classic Mixpanel funnel that follows users across a sign-up flow. In this funnel, we expect users to view a page for the first time, then click the Get Started button, then interact with a form before finishing sign-up. From this view, our funnel looks okay. Our acquisition rate is right around 20%, but we can do better, right? If we dig in a little more and visualize the conversion rate metric of this funnel over time, we see an obvious concern. Conversion was around 30% just a few weeks ago, but recently we're seeing a significant dip in funnel conversion across a critical acquisition metric. It's cut almost completely in half, right here in the beginning of September. I can see from the annotations in our timeline that there were changes made to the sign-up flow just before this. If we use Mixpanel's root cause analysis right around the funnel dip, we can see the cause of this dip much more clearly. End users on the Chrome browser have completely tanked down to 0% conversion, precisely at the point where our overall funnel conversion is trending down. When we see,
I love that you can do it based on browser. That's great. I mean, I know it's not the greatest feature of what they're offering here, but to be able to have this different type of segmentation and data is so valuable. Again, for all you non-marketing and sales people, this is gold.
Something like this in our metrics, it usually points to a UX issue. Something is broken in our sign-up flow, and it's broken on Chrome. Mixpanel has informed us precisely what is happening, and we can see exactly who is affected, but we still don't understand why. Why did all of these users on Chrome stop converting to sign up? In most tools, we would be stuck here, but not with Mixpanel, because we can click directly into this segment of non-converted users and watch the replays of these user sessions right at the point in time in which they move through this funnel.
See, this is great because it takes all the guesswork out of troubleshooting. Now, I've been talking about this product from a sales and marketing standpoint, but now we see how this applies to a technical use case, which is really great. Good job, guys.
Let's watch a couple of replays together. You can follow the event stream on the left and the visual replay on the right. This user found the Get Started button quickly and started the sign-up form. They answered the first round of questions, but on the following screen, it looks like they're having an issue. The next button that the user must click to proceed isn't active. It does look like they've answered all the required questions, but the button just isn't lit up. Is this a one-off issue? Let's watch one more. Here, the user takes a slightly different path, but arrives at the same destination. No problem with the first part of our sign-up flow, but it looks like the next button isn't working for them either. We even see the moment of frustration and then the rage click on the next button. Yikes. And now we know. We know why users aren't converting. They can't, because the second next button.
That's crazy. 881 total times they had this drop off. Now, I don't know if this is real data, but that's brutal. To lose 881 potential sales, or at least signups, from a technical issue. That would drive me crazy. It's hard to get people to your website. It's hard to push traffic. Marketing efforts are complicated, and to have that kind of loss, even if this is B2C or B2B, if it's B2B, it's much worse. But to have those efforts lost on a technical issue is unfortunate. Yeah, any size company would not want to lose 881 potential clients.
Button is broken in our sign-up flow, and we know it's broken on Chrome. Since I'm not the developer who's going to fix this UX issue, I can copy the link of this replay and easily share it with my team. Luckily, this was a quick fix, and once I've received confirmation that the sign-up flow is fixed, I can revisit our funnel and see that conversion is back to a healthy state. And I can use Session Replay once again to verify that the proper UX changes have been made and everything is working for my end users. In fact, since this is now something we're keenly aware of, it's easy for me to set up an alert in Mixpanel specifically on the conversion rate of this funnel for users on the Chrome browser. This ensures that, if the issue ever returns, we'll get notified. This is just one of the many use cases for Session Replay as a tool to help you build better customer experiences. With that end state in mind, let's now go back to the beginning to see how to set up Session Replay from scratch, unpacking the details one piece at a time. Session Replay works for anonymous and authenticated users. The only technical requirement to use Session Replay is that you will need a Mixpanel client-side SDK installed in your app. In this example app, I'm using Mixpanel's JavaScript SDK to track events on my website. So let's look at the documentation and find the section on Session Replay. As you can see from this example code, implementing Session Replay is simple. It's a one-line change. Essentially, everywhere in our application where we initialize Mixpanel by calling the init method, we can turn on Session Replay by passing an extra option to the second argument. The option's key is record sessions %, and the value of this key is a number, specifically
I mentioned this earlier in this stream. I think it was with one of the other companies we were looking at on Product Hunt. But the problem with a lot of these new tools is considering the rest of your marketing stack, or your sales stack, or whatever. That's one of the biggest issues that I have with implementing a new system, or deciding to onboard a new software. Is it going to be a pain for me to integrate with everything else that I'm using? One code implementation is pretty straightforward. I'm not a developer, I'm not a programmer, but this seems to be as simple as it gets. So this was my concern earlier when we were talking about this. If there'd be issues with integration, and it seems like that's not the case. It seems like it's quite good. So
an integer between 0 and 100 that represents the % of sessions that we would like to record. If I set this to 0, Mixpanel records no sessions. If I set this to 100, Mixpanel records all sessions. I'm just testing this on my local computer, so I'm going to set this to 100. But before deploying this to production, you should probably start with something small, like 20% or 10%. And that's it. That's all the code changes we need to use Session Replay. Now, if I reload my website and do a couple of actions, I can go to Mixpanel and find my user. I now have a Watch Replays button here, and if I click this button, I can watch my user have the same experience that I just had. What's more, the timeline of the player on the right is synchronized to the tracked events on the left, so I can click around in the event stream to jump to a particular part of the replay. This can be really helpful if you're implementing a new set of events and want a visual reference. The player itself has a number of ergonomic features, like differing playback speeds, event search and filtering, as well as one-click short links for easy sharing. One thing you may notice about this replay is that everything is redacted. All the text on the site is replaced with asterisks instead of legible text. The images are also not being rendered with the player. This is because Mixpanel's replays by default use the highest privacy settings, which blocks nearly all the semantic content from inclusion in the replay. For most use cases, especially a public landing page like this, we'll want to customize the configuration to allow things like text and images to be included in the replays. Consulting the product documentation, we can change the default settings for record block selector to empty string, which enables images and videos to be captured, and also change record mask text selector from the default asterisk, which redacts everything, to something like sensitive, which will only redact DOM elements with the sensitive class. After saving these changes, refreshing my local page, and creating a new replay, we can see that now all of our images are visible, as well as the text, making it much easier to consume this replay. Also notice that our financial fortune cookie text is redacted, since it had the sensitive class that we informed Mixpanel about. For other information about privacy, compliance, data retention, and recipes for installations on different platforms, please consult our product documentation and see the FAQ. We're excited to help you get started with Session Replay. We want to help you drive better outcomes with blended, differentiated analysis in Mixpanel. We want to help you learn from your data by being able to provide the best-in-class product analytics solution that blends qualitative and quantitative tools and an exploratory interface that makes it a pleasure to work with your data. Follow the link in the video description to get connected with a human today who will guide you through the process. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, this looks great. I really like this solution, at least on the surface. I definitely like to try it out. One thing that's just a personal pet peeve of mine is that when I have to speak with a person, I know that's really bad to say, but I think a lot of people prefer this actually, to just have automated onboarding. You know, I would be a pretty light user of this anyway. So, you know, the biggest barrier to me using this now would be price. And there's nothing with price on this website. It's request demo, talk to sales. So I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm not going to fill this out while I'm streaming, but I'll probably do it later. Hopefully, again, the CEO accepts my connection request. I'd love to talk to him because this is a really cool solution. I like this. It's simple. It's straightforward. It provides valuable information. Again, qualitative and quantitative data. It's really nice. And I like the fact that it has use for both marketing as well as for technical troubleshooting. So very cool product. I wish it was a brand new company. You know, again, Mixpanel has apparently been around for a while. It says 2009. I don't know why they've now just been verified in 2023. But, you know, they have almost 500 employees, 57,000 followers. I'm a little embarrassed. I've never heard of it, but yeah, very cool product. I'm glad that I found this on here. All right, let's see if we can find some more gems. Hopefully we don't see more spreadsheet solutions because we have enough of those. Oh, I clicked on the promoted one on accident. Turn an old iPhone or iPad into a security camera. Cool. Be a creep. Okay. Here's here's the problem with this. You're probably better off recycling your phone, getting some money out of it, and then buying a really cheap security camera. You can buy cameras for crazy cheap nowadays. I don't know. I don't know if there's a lot of uses for that. I'm not gonna jump into it. your personal AI powered social network. Create your own exclusive network with millions of AI followers responding to your every post. Okay. So is this like a way for narcissists to feel good about getting interaction on their social? Wait, okay. Website, App Store, learn. I want to just. Okay, again, only on the App Store, no Google option. I think the premise of this sounds a little bit silly, though. You know, one follower. So, so you just have millions. Like, I guess you could use this. You could use this as like a test network. Be the main character of your own private social AI network. Imagine that you have no friends, but you also use the internet. Say less. That's all of us. What if you could build a social internet without humans where you could simulate interactions as if you were interacting with real humans, but without all the yucky, complicated, and unpredictable parts? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, this guy had the same idea. Do you see value in users being able to test ideas? I mean, I think it could be cool, but the problem here, without the yucky, complicated, or unpredictable parts, so you're just gonna have like toxic positivity in here. You're not gonna get real feedback. I think this is more of a toy than a tool. Probably won't be trying that one out. All right, Planodes gives developers a single space to design, organize, and execute projects, visualize workflows, build relationships, and keep track of every detail, collaborate seamlessly, knowing everything you need is right at your fingertips. Okay, so let's see. This is, I think the problem with this is there's a lot of project management tools. Again, I saw this and I immediately thought Monday.com, even though I don't use Monday.com. I've seen a million ads for them, and I feel like this is what this looks like. I could be totally wrong. I might be missing something, and maybe I'm judging too early. I think this did. Maybe it's supposed to be, yeah, it's specific for developers. So maybe this has some features and functionality that's better than a typical project management tool, and is designed with developers in mind. Unfortunately, I'm not a developer, so I'm not going to be able to comment on this too much. Let's check out pricing though. They got a free version, guys and gals. So if you're a developer, maybe try it out. I would like to hear if this is any good. But again, there's just so many project management tools out there. I mean, that is one space that's really flooded. I get in conversations with different founders about developing project management tools and productivity tools. I feel like they're very similar. And the one I hear all the time is someone pitching an all-in-one solution, which I think can be fine. But the problem is there's so many of them already. I had a post a while ago that was trashing on Teams, Microsoft Teams, because I'm not a fan. So I always welcome someone that can create something that replaces Teams, but there's a lot of other people that think about this problem too. So I think that's one of the biggest issues with startups is creating something that's similar to other companies, not finding a unique solution, and project management usually falls into that. But again, because this is focused on developers, maybe it's something I don't know about. Okay, edit your audio, just like you edit a typo in your document. I mean, okay.
Introducing Edit by Resemble AI, your instant audio fix.
As per section 3.1 of our Code of Conduct.
Profanity in your corporate video? Don't stress. Fix it instantly.
As per section 3.1 of our Code of Conduct.
Try Edit today. Seamless, instant, perfect. Experience effortless audio editing with Edit by Resemble AI. Introducing Edit by Resemble.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's kind of cool. I feel like, though, this is going to end up getting abused. I see what they're trying to do. You know, it's obviously for like podcasters and content creators that want to make small changes. If you're making a corporate video, obviously you're not going to need to edit it in such a short way. If you mess up your audio, you're just going to re-record it because it's not live. Yeah, I feel like people are definitely going to abuse this in one way or another. This is it seems like it's if it works the way that they presented it, then it's a cool piece of tech. But I don't think that it's going to be used in the way that you know, they're presenting it. Let's see, do they have any traction? Why is this? I'm already logged in. Oh, come on. Yeah, they've got 5,000 followers, so they've got something going on. It's good. Less than 50 employees, good for them. Not too big. I mean, this will probably be a good growth company. I don't know, but there's just so many AI solutions now. You know, I think the problem is keeping up with all of it. I don't know how many other audio AI editors are out there. There could be a ton. There could be a few. This could be the only one. I have no idea. But yeah, great demo video. Direct to the point. I understand how it works. You know, not a lot of questions about it. Definitely an A on that. All right. Open source CRM toolkit for personalized solutions. Atomic CRM is an open source CRM framework that helps you build a CRM tailored to your company's unique needs without breaking the bank. Okay, so I was on a call maybe about a month ago with a rep from Salesforce. I am personally a HubSpot guy, but of course I use Salesforce as well. And I told him that the great thing about Salesforce is that it's highly customizable. And the worst part about Salesforce is that it's highly customizable. So basically what I'm saying is that CRMs are great, they're necessary, but there's so many options that you can just get lost in the sea of what you want to do with a CRM. So I like that this is open source. That's cool, but I feel like a lot of companies have tried to make CRMs and most of them don't do it very well. And even Salesforce, which is obviously one of the two biggest CRM companies out there, I feel like they don't do it very well. That does leave room for a new potential CRM to come up. But it's kind of like trying to start a new social media company. Are there a lot of problems with Facebook? Absolutely. Do people like using Facebook now in 2024? Not really. Are there better ideas for social networks? 100%. I've heard a lot of them. but you have to get people to convert. And getting people to convert off their CRM is really, really difficult. You already have a huge tech stack that's integrated into your CRM. You have a lot of data. Your employees are used to using that CRM. They're trained on that CRM. You've probably hired a specialist developer that works on that CRM. And for a lot of companies, it's actually impossible to switch off their CRM. It would be a logistical nightmare and a huge revenue loss to switch CRMs. It's a lot harder than converting people to a new social media platform, because obviously any user can use as many social media platforms as they want, and it's not a big deal. It's still really hard to get users for social media. The most successful companies in recent history were BeReal, for startups, that is, BeReal and Truth Social. And neither of them did very well, actually. BeReal was very specific. It was for heavy Instagram users, mostly women. And they I don't know how many users they got, but you know, it only went so far. And I never used it, so I can't talk too much about it. And Truth Social, which I also didn't use, only got so many users, and they had a huge celebrity endorsement to get people to use it, which is obviously Donald Trump. And they still only got so many users. So I guess what I'm saying, I know this is in relation to Atomic CRM, I promise. What I'm saying is that for starting a new social media company, it's really hard. If you think about Threads, this was started by Mark Zuckerberg, who's one of the kings of social media, and basically just imported users from Instagram. And Threads has only done so well. Not that well, actually. So I feel like CRMs are almost more difficult, because you're talking about B2B. You're talking about things that have direct financial implications if they get messed up. You're talking about trying to acquire users that are extremely sticky to the product they're using. So I think the only way that this can work, this isn't to say this isn't going to work. The only way this is going to work is if it is first a far superior solution to HubSpot and Salesforce. And Atomic CRM needs to focus entirely on startups. They shouldn't even bother with SMEs, any company that's been around for a couple of years, because if they already have a CRM, they're not going to switch to Atomic, no matter how good it is. Because again, HubSpot's actually pretty great. It's super easy to use. It's very intuitive. They have really nice walkthrough demos that any ding dong can figure out how to use. Salesforce is a little bit more difficult, but it gets the job done for most people. And there's a lot of specialists that know how to build on Salesforce. So I think this is an uphill battle without diving too deep into it. Free to use is great, though. That might be a way to onboard startups. I don't remember what Salesforce pricing is. I haven't looked at it in a long time. I know HubSpot does have a free version up to a certain amount of contacts within the CRM. So that's great. But if you have a free forever solution, then obviously that's going to be really appealing to penny pinching startups. So that could work. But Atomic, you have to target startup companies that don't have CRMs. Trying to convert anyone else is a huge waste of time. I don't know if I want to test this. No. See, that's the other problem. I'm not a developer, so I don't really want to mess around with setting up some, you know, beta CRM open source. I mean, I'm sure they had good intentions, but it's not really my cup of tea. GPT Food Cam. Simplest food logger and calorie counter. Okay, I think this is gonna surprise some people. I think this is actually kind of cool. It depends. Only on iOS again, man. So I was using, for a long time, I was using MyFitnessPal. And for those of you that don't, here, I'll just pull it up. I don't know if they have I'm sure they have a website. MyFitnessPal is owned by, I think, Under Armour. And it's a calorie tracking tool. It works really well. You do have to manually input what you're eating. So you have to account for any type of sauce, any type of add-ons that you put on. And I got in really good shape when I was using MyFitnessPal. I was in incredible shape. I was very particular about logging every single calorie. People definitely mess up when they start putting ranch and different types of sauce on things. So I was using 0 calorie sauce only, which was I was using sriracha and I was using soy sauce, which are both 0 calorie. And then I'd season things with spices, which are also 0 calorie. So that made it easier, but you have to go in, you have to weigh every single thing. You know, you have to put it in grams or ounces or however you want to do it. So it's really close to what it is, but it's not exact. If this is able to identify every single little thing, like the types of sauce, like this, for example, this is a burger. So if it's able to consider the bread, the size of the patty, the cheese, the onions, and the sauce without having to manually put that in, that's cool. You know, but obviously if it's just kind of saying this is a burger, kind of like, what's his name? Jin Yang's hot dog, not hot dog app from Silicon Valley. If it's just saying burger, cheeseburger, then it's not that great. But if it's able to do like a really good analysis of what you're actually eating, I'm totally into that. Because again, for people that are losing weight and trying to get fit, MyFitnessPal is like 10 out of 10. You have to get it. This, along with a good scale and exercise, will get you in, and some time and consistency will get you in really good shape. And MyFitnessPal is free. I think they have a paid version. I don't remember what it is though. I think the paid version just allows you to like keep history for longer of what you've recorded. Whereas otherwise you only get limited information or limited storage. So GPT Food Cam, if you can work as good as MyFitnessPal, great. If you're only doing Jin Yang's hot dog, not hot dog, it's not going to fly. Sorry, it's not enough. Because every burger is going to be different, right? Like the size of the bread is going to change how many calories there are. The size of the patty is going to change how many calories there are. the percentage of fat in the patty, right? Like what kind of ground beef are you using? Are you using 80/20? Are you using 93/7? You know, that changes things. With MyFitnessPal, you know what you're using because you should be cooking at home. If you're trying to lose weight and you say, well, I bought 93/7 lean ground beef because I don't want all that fat. So you can put in, yeah, I had 200 grams of ground beef and it was 93/7. So it's able to very accurately calculate how many calories you've eaten. I don't know how this is going to do it. Maybe it can. I don't know. I don't have an iPhone. I can't try it. And I'm not going to get an iPhone just to try it. So cool idea, at least. We didn't do yesterday. I actually planned on going live yesterday, but I was too busy. So there's only a few companies here. I guess we could look at all of them. Oh my gosh, there's so many. I don't know if I have it in me to do all of them. This is my first stream, so let's look at a few though. Match with like-minded professionals for one-on-one conversations. I've had a lot of conversations with startup founders about creating what is essentially like business dating apps. So not for anything sexual. It doesn't mean, I know some people misuse LinkedIn for this, but not in actual dating, but to make connections in kind of like a swipe type of situation. I love tools that help me connect with more people. This is not one of those things where I get upset that there's like too many solutions. I love trying new ways to connect with people. We're ready to help each other. Let's see. Tailored matches aligned with professional goals. I'm interested to speak with owner operators, management teams, and investment companies in the retirement living space. I'd love to help founders exponentially grow their digital businesses through business development, digital marketing, and a touch of my personal magic. Winky face. I'm looking to network with healthcare professionals, experts that I can learn from. Okay. There are no free trials on Osmos. Man, I'm going to have to put my money where my mouth is. I might just have to pay $40. I love this. I love this policy though. I was having a conversation with one of my friends a few days ago about free versus paid when it comes to anything that's community based. Free is not good. Free allows bad actors to come in that do not properly add to the community. Paid ensures that everyone is there for a reason and that they're going to try and contribute to the larger community. So this is great. $40 is not a small amount of money. It'll keep some people out that probably should be out if they're not willing to spend $40 a month. I'm curious to know how big this company is. They only have 500 followers. That's okay. They're out of Delaware. That's smart. Let's see. They only have, wow, 2 to 10 employees, 11 associate members. That's cool. I like that. I'm going to add Natalia. Okay. Oops. Oh, you know what? It didn't link me to a new tab. Hold on. Hold on. get only one match a week. Working on the growth of my new startup. Okay. Expertise in marketing can help businesses connect with nano influencers. Get one match, only one match a week. So I'm paying $40 a month to get 4 matches. That is a bit expensive. I know I was just saying how great it is to have this cost barrier to entry or a cost filter, but $10 to connect is a little bit steep. LinkedIn is free. So of course, if I'm getting great connections, it's worth it. I kind of don't like that I'm limited to only one a week. That's unfortunate. I would be interested, if this product works really well, I would be interested to see a different pricing tier that allows for more connections if I'm willing to pay for them. So $10 a connection, for a month, $40 a month. It's a little high. But if I was willing to spend $200 a month and my cost per connect gets down to $5, so I'm getting 40 connects a month and they're really high value, that would be more interesting for me than spending $40 a month. If I use this as a prospecting tool and I get 1 or 2 clients out of that 40, it's worth it 100% to spend $200 to get 1 or 2 clients. If I'm using it to network with VCs or high net worth individuals for potential investment for angels, that could be worth it. 40 connections a month, $200 a month. I would need 1 every 6 months. It would be worth it. Do I think I could still get a really good VC or angel connection or a prospect every 6 months on this 1 match a week for a month type of deal? Yes. But my problem with that is it's too slow. If I'm networking, I want to network. And when I get, people know this about me, when I get into network mode, I'm going hard. Like, I'm connecting with a lot of people. I'm having really meaningful conversations with each of them. I don't really want to go on to something and say, yeah, I'm only getting 1 a week. I can kind of understand the logic behind this. And I'd like to speak to the founder potentially about why they're doing this. I'm sure that it's there so that people are forced to make meaningful connections, which I absolutely agree with. This is one of my pet peeves about LinkedIn. People send out connection requests on LinkedIn all the time, and they never send a message to that person. Or they spam them with some type of offer. And I think that's a huge failure in what LinkedIn and even what social media is supposed to be. LinkedIn is there, and all social media is there to make meaningful connections. So you're going to be much better off on LinkedIn having 500 connections. You know every single one of them. You've sent 5 or more messages to them at least. Maybe even scheduled a call with them. That's so much more valuable than having 10,000 people on LinkedIn who you've never sent a message to. Maybe they're going to see your posts, and that's great. But it's just not, it's not the point of networking. If you want a big reach, go on to a different platform. For B2B, creating business connections, it's not just about reach. It's about network effect, connecting with the right people, being able to provide value to them, and hopefully they provide value to you as well. And again, they know who you are. I understand that not everyone on my LinkedIn knows me, but I know a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of people on my LinkedIn, more than not. So I get the logic behind this, but for me, I can make a meaningful connection with one person every single day, at least. Uh, that's including my current workload, my current responsibilities. If I'm on, say, I'm using Osmos, and I say, man, I really want to network. I need to connect with one person every single day. That means I'm going to spend some time messaging them and scheduling a 30-minute call with them so we can get to know each other. I could do that every day, including the weekends. It's not a big deal. I'll still be making meaningful connections. It's not a huge time constraint. And it's also not an overcommitment or where I'm spending too much time networking, because I have been victim of that too, where I end up spending like 5 hours a day networking and I forget to do other things. If I could do it my way, I'd probably network all the time. But I have other things to do. So I might try this. But again, one match a week, man. I mean, I don't know, maybe. I'm gonna pop this out again. And I'm going to save Natalia. I'm going to try and message her, even though I already sent her a connection request. Because I do like networking tools. Like I said, I think they're great. You can have a lot of them. There can be different services out there. It's not like it's overly crowded. I have used some networking tools that are not great, just because there's not enough community around them, or they have weird restrictions. But I'm definitely willing to try this one out. And they got first for product of the day, so that's good for them on a Monday too. Wow, over 1,000. Yeah, good job. Okay, let's see. I need some water. Personalize thousands of landing pages in under 30 minutes. An advanced automation tool to generate landing pages at scale. Personalized for every ad, audience, keyword, location, email, and SMS. Okay, what's this? Convert more traffic and reduce customer acquisition costs by optimizing your post-click experience. Let's see. Connect your website. Okay. Integrate. Bring all your ads and marketing automation tools into one place. Okay. Select your audience. Slice and dice your audience based on multiple rules and parameters. Select elements. Bulk personalized key elements, including text, visuals, CTAs, and a lot more. Fill information and publish. Paste your personalized elements on Excel sheet and go live. Track it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is cool. I was the reason I was a little skeptical at first is because I'm always worried with AI tools when it comes to marketing and content creation, because I think the biggest failure with AI and why AI is not going to take marketing jobs for a long time is that AI is not good at understanding larger marketing efforts or understanding buyer personas, among other things. But in general, it's hard to just tell an AI to create something because they don't see the bigger picture. And it's also hard to train them on the bigger picture of the company. Whereas a CMO, a CEO, a CRO, and other people within sales and marketing are able to see the larger picture. So they can customize text and different materials to be very specific for the larger picture of the company. Another thing that AI can't be trained on are the larger business development goals of the company. And I know this seems like a lot when you're just talking about a landing page, but these things do matter when you're considering user acquisition and the type of material that you put out there. Not everything's just going to work based on these larger goals. So that was my initial skepticism. However, this seems to be all right. You connect your website, you integrate with ads, you select your audience, which is great. Okay, so now you're basically telling the AI only for specific things, specific visitors we need to build this campaign out for, specific geography. So that's all good things. This is now beating what would be a standard AI model, like an LLM, that fails with marketing efforts, or in this case, it's advertising. Selecting elements that you can keep. I like that, right? And then your ability to fill information and publish. So really what this is you're still in control over messaging and voice and understanding the bigger picture. And this tool essentially just creates a ton of landing pages at once. So you don't have to go through and do it manually. That's actually pretty cool. That works. If there was a way to have AI make really great landing pages just by saying, hey, this is my company, make me 1,000 landing pages, that would be cool. But again, for all the reasons I've mentioned, it doesn't work that way. And I think what Fiverr has done here is they've addressed those concerns by basically saying, look, you still have control over all of this. But instead of going here and creating a landing page and using this as your main template, and then saying, okay, here is the first thing we need to do, and you go in and you change it and you save it as your landing page, and then you go back to your main template, and then you change this next thing, you're changing your CTA and all this. It's just saying, look, you have control, drop all the changes you want, and then hit go. And then we'll create all these landing pages for you. Yeah, like this is a great example. Different languages, right? Different types of influencers. Okay, luxury and comfort. Indulge in exclusive luxurious travel escapes. Adventure and activities. Thrills await. Adventure your way. Cultural immersion. So you're getting these different messages, but your landing page is still very similar, right? Like they've said, okay, up here, we want to keep the logo, we want to keep the same type of background. We're going to change the image each time. We're going to change the messaging. Same thing here, right? Like we're just trying different CTAs based on the different platforms that we're deploying to. Everything's going to be basically the same. Same image. We just want to change this. So I don't want to go through manually and copy paste and change all of this. I just want to have a spreadsheet, goes through, and then I click go and it does it for me. I like this. I'm a fan. Let's find their CEO. The CEO of Osmos did accept my connection request. I'll message her later. Hopefully she's watching this. We just reviewed your company, Osmos. but we've moved on to fiber. So we have to set up something else separately. Okay, couple thousand followers out of Delaware. Good. Small company, good for them. 2020, they've been around for a few years. Let's see, who's the founder here? Possibly Two-Head. Pulling fiber, okay. There's a few people here. I'll look later. It looks like they're actually based out of India, but then they're registered in Delaware, which is fine. Yeah, he might be the guy. Let's see, actually. We have some mutual connections. Chief of Staff. Close. I'll connect with them anyway. So yeah, I think Fiverr is a cool product. You know, going through and manually making landing pages is a nightmare. Oh, right here, co-founder at Fiverr. Let's connect to them. Yeah, I think this can work. And again, the biggest issue with AI for content creation is not understanding larger marketing goals. And the way they built this is to allow the CMO or whoever else that sees the big picture to continue to keep messaging and things in line with larger campaign goals, larger company goals, business development goals. So this is definitely a W. Good job, Fiverr. We got 2 for 2 yesterday. I wish I'd streamed yesterday, but I was just too busy. AI motion graphics copilot. Instantly create animations with text description and continue refining them until they're perfect. Okay. I hope they have a good demo video. Future num. Okay, what's going on? Waitlist VO Playground. Okay, no demo video, that's fine. No links to social, that's okay. Not the best. Make a dog jumping through a ring of fire. Let's just keep it super basic. I'm actually going to go get some water while this loads. I think it'll take a minute anyway, so I'll be right back. Okay. That's not a dog, that's a square. Yeah, this is pretty far off from what I thought. Code editor. So what the idea animation well, okay. It's not really what I asked for, but all right, I'm going to skip this one. Probably because I'm getting a little tired, but there's probably something I'm missing here, but I don't really feel like playing around with it. I really hoped that Cracked had a demo video. That would have made things nice. Oh, there's a little one. Okay, the demo video didn't help. It appears it's really stuck to like squares and circles and really basic things. So hopefully it picks up in the future, but it's not really it. Okay, the first LLM for document parsing with accuracy and speed. Any parser enhances document retrieval accuracy by up to 2x via vision language model. It precisely extracts text, tables, charts, and layout information from PDFs, PowerPoints, and images. I mean, I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like Adobe already does this with their AI. We mentioned this with a few other companies in the past, or earlier today, like with the spreadsheet companies. The problem is you're competing against behemoths that have huge market share, and the product already works really well. So I have not extensively used Adobe's AI, or Adobe Acrobat's AI for PDF parsing, but I have used it a couple times, and it seems to work just fine. So, I mean, that's cool that you're a part of Y Combinator, and maybe there's something that's really great here that I'm missing. Cambio ML. Oh, I see. That's the name of the main company. Yeah, I just think it's hard to find users when there's already, you know, AI LLM solutions for this type of thing. Maybe their goal is just to create a really good piece of content or piece of technology and get acquired. That could be a possibility, but I'm not going to dive too deep into that. UbiCloud, another Y Combinator company, open source cloud that can run anywhere. Our services include compute, blockchain storage, load balancer, firewall, manage. I don't know how to say that. Sorry. Makes you sound like a noob. You can self-host our software or use our managed service to reduce your cloud cost by 3 to 10%. Okay. I'm just going to watch the demo video and then I'll make some comments on this.
Welcome to today's video. I'm excited to show you how to deploy a web app using Kamal on UbiCloud. This talk is inspired by DHH's fascinating Kamal demo. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend visiting kamaldeploy.org to explore Kamal's capabilities firsthand. Kamal is an open source deployment tool developed by Basecamp 37 Signals. It simplifies the process of deploying applications to bare metal instances or to cloud environments. However, even with Kamal, you will need essential services like DNS management or a fully managed database if you prefer not to containerize your database. This is where UbiCloud comes into the picture. We are building a fully open source alternative to major cloud providers like AWS and Azure. UbiCloud offers managed services such as PostgreSQL, VMs, GitHub Actions integrations, and load balancers. Our load balancers come with a free DNS hostname, and we integrate with ZeroSSL to provide ACMA certificates for your HTTPS-enabled web apps. We handle the DNS name management or certificate rotations. By combining Kamal with UbiCloud, you can create a deployment toolchain that's entirely open source. Now, let's dive into deploying a very simple web app by using UbiCloud VMs, a load balancer to route the traffic in between them, and a fully managed PostgreSQL database. Here, firstly, I'm creating 2 application VMs, and then I'll set up a load balancer in front of these to route the traffic. I'll use port 443 because this app will run with HTTPS.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it here for a second. The reason I wanted to watch this first is that I do believe that there is a lot of potential for companies over the next 10 years to potentially take market share away from AWS and create new cloud storage solutions that mainly are more cost effective than AWS. Obviously, some of the large cloud companies, Azure and AWS, they have a huge market share. And the scary thing for a lot of companies is that they are held ransom to potentially higher costs for cloud. Now, I think that this gives opportunity for other great cloud hosts to take market share because as long as it works well and it's reliable and there's a lot of uptime and the cost is a lot less, then a lot of companies will probably switch to smaller cloud companies. The only thing that I was hoping for with that would be that there's a unique solution to this or something that's special about Yuba Cloud besides the fact that it's just an alternative to AWS. Yeah, they're just selling based on price. I've said this to a lot of people, and if you know me, you've probably heard me say this a bunch of times. You cannot convert customers only on price. People don't buy only on price. People primarily buy off of quality. They buy off of ease of use. They buy off of emotional feeling that the company gets. They buy off of trust. They buy off of a lot of reasons. And I'm not saying that price is not a factor. People do buy and make some purchasing decisions because price is one of the things that they're considering, but it's not the only thing. So if you work at Yuba Cloud and you happen to see this for some reason, I would change this unique selling position to not just say that you can reduce your cloud cost by 3x. Is Yuba Cloud stable, first of all? Do you have a lot of uptime? Is there an ease of use? It seems like from what they're showing in this demo, it seems pretty straightforward. So that's good. How are you more cost effective? How are you going to scale and remain cost effective? These are all things that I want to know. Price, again, it's important, but it's not my main concern here. I want to know all these other things. And then you can also say it happens to be 3 times cheaper than AWS. So again, I think there's a lot of room for disruption in this space. I think there's a lot of potential, again, over the next 10 years for cloud computing companies or just cloud companies, cloud hosting, whatever, cloud companies to take market share from AWS and Azure. Really, I don't feel like AWS and Azure have as much of a stronghold over the market long term that some people might think. If good alternatives start coming out that are reliable and are secure and are cost effective, then they'll take away market share. But I'm not seeing any of that being mentioned here with Yuba Cloud. Deploy web apps anywhere. Okay. I mean, I can do that with Azure. That's all right. First insured crypto savings account to earn passively. I'm not going to review this. I, for some people that know me, I used to work in crypto a long time ago, like 2017, 2018, when crypto was on the high and when it was still a new space. I don't mess with crypto anymore. And the reason why is that the crypto space never matured. It never grew up. It's still a lot of the same weird, shady people that are participating in questionable business practices and starting crypto companies. In 2017 and 2018, I was a little bit more forgiving to this because crypto was such a new industry. And so I figured there's going to be growing pains. You know, some of these weird people that are working in crypto, they're going to get weeded out. And the industry will correct itself through time. Unfortunately, I was wrong about that. I think a lot of people were. You know, a lot of us that worked in crypto back then were very high on the potential of the technology. We were not happy about a lot of the CEOs that were starting companies back then. And I've just stayed away from crypto. I feel like it's still like it was 7 years ago. And that's really sad. It's really unfortunate that there's back. I don't know who started this company, but I'm not even going to review it. I just wanted to throw that out there as a personal thing. If you like crypto, that's great. Do your thing. There's a lot of money to be made in it, but it's not for me. It's just so much of a headache. Like, I'm tired of, you know, the meme coins and, you know, like I said, the shady CEOs and like, yeah, it's just not fun. All right. I'm getting pretty tired. We're almost at 2 hours. First stream ever on X, YouTube, and LinkedIn. As far as I know, I probably got 0 viewers between all 3 channels. But if I did get 1 viewer, that would be cool. I'm going to try and cut up some of these reviews into some videos and post them on YouTube primarily, and maybe possibly also on X, and maybe on my LinkedIn business page as well. But yeah, first stream ever. Only stopped once to get water. Next time I'll remember to bring more water, because I don't know how long these things will go. And on a side note, I'm really surprised. Like, I finally understand when other streamers talk about streaming for a long time. It's actually pretty tiring. It's a lot different from being in a meeting, like a one-on-one meeting or even a group meeting, because I'm just talking to like my computer and the camera, and I'm also not checking any type of chat. So it's interesting to continue to have to like look at different things, continue to talk. But I hope I can continue to do this. It's kind of fun. It's cool finding some of these companies. If for some reason someone is watching, which again I doubt, we found a couple decent companies so far. We found the Supa Demo, which it's like a way to create easy demos for your SaaS. I've seen another company like this. It could be cool. We found this tab organizer tool. Nothing crazy. I just like it because it's a simple solution, and everyone has problems with tab management. I had mentioned earlier that I've switched browsers recently, and I'm currently on DuckDuckGo, but I think this will work better on Brave, and I'll do it later and check it out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This was Coho AI. This one was about optimizing buyer's journey, but I can't remember specifically what they were doing. Did we watch the demo? Yeah, we did. I wasn't totally sold on this, but I'm willing to look into it further because, again, if it helps raise revenue by a small amount, then it's great. Yeah, Mixpanel. I was super high on this company. This is definitely one of the best that we found so far today. Probably the best one. They have been around for a little while. Being able to track, but also getting this qualitative and quantitative data is really cool. Very, very cool company so far. Osmos, as I said, I really like networking tools, and you can use a lot of them. It's not like you're stuck with one. I'm willing to give this a try, and like I said, I want to talk to the CEO on a one-on-one. My only complaint is it says you only get one match a week. Again, I assume it's to make meaningful connections, but I need more than one a week. I want one a day. Give me good connections every day. Fiber AI, this is an AI tool to help you create landing pages in mass without sacrificing quality or messaging. I think they've addressed all the issues that I would personally have with using an AI tool like this, to where you can still have control over customization. What they're eliminating is the fact that you have to manually go in and change individual landing pages for different advertising campaigns. So I like this. It's really addressed my concerns. So these are the main ones that we've gone through so far. We went through all of the Product Hunt companies that were on today, on Tuesday, September 17th. And because I didn't stream yesterday, now I'm going into some of the companies from yesterday. I don't think I can get through all of them. Let's go through a few more. Yeah, this was the next one. Okay. Replicate is a free platform that simplifies bug reporting by allowing users to submit software issues with Loom videos and annotated screenshots. Okay. Let's see. Build better products with visual and technical feedback. So wait, hold on. So it says, let's pull up the demo video.
Hi, and welcome to Replicate. Replicate is a powerful bug reporting and resolution software designed to streamline the journey from customer problem to developer solution as quickly as possible. In my extensive experience with SaaS startups, one persistent challenge has been reporting bugs and errors. Traditional methods like right-clicking to inspect, downloading browser extensions and recording the issue, or requesting access to the computer via products like AnyDesk were often uncomfortable for customers. That's why we created Replicate. Our solution features an intuitive feedback widget on your website, which customers can click to start the process. With a simple click, customers can report a bug, share an idea, give general feedback, or provide insights on their experience with your platform. To show you just how straightforward Replicate is, let's report an issue together. Suppose there's a problem with the pricing button preventing checkout. I'll type that the pricing button isn't working, so I can't complete the checkout process. Now let's take a screenshot of the issue. You also have options to record a Loom video or upload an attachment. For now,
I mean, this is a very specific niche problem, or solution, I should say. I probably wouldn't use this myself. Actually, if you were using Mixpanel, you'd be able to address these issues without having a user manually go in and make these changes. So I think that there's probably some use for this, very, very specific use, but this feels like a product that was built by developers that want just better feedback, possibly from other developers. So yeah, I mean, it's fine. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. And like I said, I probably wouldn't use it, but I'm sure someone would. All right. Atlantics. Platform to discover, develop, and commercialize innovations. Transform top-tier innovations from leading scientists and universities into market-ready solutions. Select from a curated database, craft business plans with AI, and connect with experts, investors, and mentors. Okay, this is interesting. Access innovations from leading research institutions and comprehensive support to create or enhance your business. Join our pilot program with 100 seats available. This is interesting. Everything you need to bring innovations to market. Okay, so there's a trend now of some, not a lot, but there are some companies where they're creating this kind of all-in-one go-to-market solution. On paper, it seems like a great idea, and it could be revolutionary in the way that we build and scale startups if it works. However, I have not used any of these types of platforms yet. I would like to. If this company can do what it says that it's doing, it would be cool. Mainly because I think the problem in tech is that there's a lot of founders that are technical founders. But technical founders don't make good CEOs. And technical founders are not good at scaling businesses. They're not good at user acquisition. They're not good at revenue generation. Because they're technical. They're good at technical things. So if this is a database that has cool innovations that people are putting out there, they want to see developed, then that's great. I've said this for a long time, that there are too many technical CEOs. Technical founders should not be CEOs. They should be CTOs. So this may address that issue by having people that go in and say, hey, I'm a scientist, I'm a researcher, I'm a programmer, whatever it is. Like, here's what I've built. Turn it into a business. So if this works, and if I was willing to put time into it, I could probably make a ton of money off of this. One thing I don't like is that it said that it has custom business plan creation with AI. I don't think AI is very good at making business plans or marketing strategies. For a lot of reasons. I'm not saying that just because that would be a threat to my job, but there's a creative element that's lacking with AI for that type of thing. So I would be concerned about that. But I do like having a database of technology that I can access and potentially turn into a business. Discover an extensive database of innovations with detailed descriptions, tech readiness levels, and potential applications. Discover technologies that can transform your business and drive your growth. Gain comprehensive insights and detailed plans to bring your innovation the markets successfully. Understand the technology's readiness and the commercialization steps required for success. Connect with partners. So maybe it is also trying to enable some of these technical types of founders to grow in a better way, which I'm also for. I don't want to say that like technical founders can't start businesses or that technical CEOs are going to fail. That's not the case. Most of the time, technical founders should not be CEOs. If a technical founder is a CEO, they should admit that they are not good at everything, that they're good at tech, but they're not good at all these other business things, like building business plans, building out user acquisition strategies. And I think the problem and why this happens specifically with technical founders is that technical founders are usually quite intelligent and they really know what they're doing within their own fields. They're usually much more intelligent than the average person. And so in an oftentimes unknowingly condescending way, they assume that it will be easy for them to do these other aspects of business growth and development, which is just simply not true. Just because you're an astrophysicist does not mean you're going to be a good marketer. It's not a one-to-one comparison on difficulty, or even intellectual requirement. There are plenty of very smart people that work in marketing and business development that have chosen that path because they're smart enough to know they can make more money in it, and potentially even make more of an impact than only doing research. So if you have a technical CEO that's smart enough to know that they're not good at everything, and then they could potentially use a platform like this to grow. I want to look at some of these. So join our okay, I'll do this later. I don't want to put my email in right now. Apply now. No, I'll just put it in. People probably know what my email is anyway. Okay, I will do this later. I don't want to put my phone number in. Yeah, this could be cool. I don't know. You know, it's hard to say on the surface. There's only so much, but it has me intrigued. There's going to be a very limited amount of people that will want to use this, but it could be really cool. Okay, Superflex, right? Front end code 10 times faster. Superflex is an AI assistant that turns ideas into front end code from Figma designs, images, or text prompts. I'm not a programmer. I've mentioned this before. If this helps you write code faster, that's great.
Hello, everyone.
But I also know that there are a few solutions for this. I know GitHub has some kind of feature that helps you write code really fast and basically search through the GitHub repository like with crazy speed. But I don't know. Let's see what this is.
Today I want to show you how using Superflex can help you write front.
I don't know.
10 times faster.
I don't know why the video is not loading. My internet speed seems fine. Let's try it anyway.
So what we have here we have a little sketch that I just.
Oh man, I hope my stream's not going crazy. Let me check my internet speed. That would be a bummer. I don't want to end my first stream because my internet's going out. No, my internet's flying. It's at absolutely normal speed. So I think yeah, maybe it's the website. Yeah, it's working fine for me. It's at my normal speed. Okay. Let's give it one more try. If it's not working, then it's done.
Created for my reset password screen, if we go on the right side, here is my currently running server. So if I click on forget your password, we can see that this page is currently unimplemented. So I will just go to my code base, and if we see on the right side, we have a Superflex extension. Superflex extension works with just a prompt, Figma file, or just an image of a sketch or screenshot. So in this example, I will import this sketch that I just showed you guys. And we'll wait a little bit, but what it will do, it will start analyzing the image, layout of components and elements of the image, and it will start analyzing our code base. From that, we will get the coding style that I'm using, the design system that I'm using, and my existing UI components that it can reuse to create this component. And as you can see, it started generating code. We will give it a little bit more time to finish. And it looks like it's done. I will just click on copy, paste it here. And yeah, as we can see here, it already imported my button, component, icon, and all other components from my component library. And if we look at the code, it's using them actually. And if we go on the right side now and click on forget your password, this is what we got. This is pretty close to the sketch that you originally
Like I said, I'm not a programmer, so this is only going to get me so excited. I don't know if someone happens to watch this again. Say we got my first stream, no one's going to watch it. Tell me if this is something that's cool. But from what I understand, there are other AI assistants that can write code for you. I guess the idea here is that you're taking images, text prompts, Figma designs to turn it into UI design. So some type of image recognition into code could be really useful, but again, I'm not a programmer, so I'm not really sure. Okay. Dymaxion. Transform your space with Dymaxion's design AI tools. Instantly restyle your home exterior. Find the perfect furniture with custom preferences. Okay, so I'm going to give a criticism really quickly before we jump into the website. So as far as placing furniture within your home, this is something that Amazon did quite a while ago. I haven't used it in a long time, but it's probably been like 4 years since I used the camera tool to be able to place furniture within my apartment and see how it looks. So if that is what this is doing, then I'm probably going to skip over it. I don't know if that's the case. Exterior, I've never... Oh, that's a bummer. You can't slide it. Exterior, maybe. Oh, none of these you can slide. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to skip the rest of this. Yeah, there's not enough there on the website. Sorry, Dymaxion. Fia is a browser-based screen recorder that transforms your videos with smooth mouse movements, intelligent zooms. I'm going to skip this as well. I've used different screen recording software. It works fine. I don't see how this could just be so much more revolutionary that I would even want to try it. If it's free, maybe. But a lot of screen capture or screen recording software is super cheap and it works just fine. In fact, I'm using software for streaming and it's also recording and capturing at the moment. Does it have a bunch of cool features? My screen recording? No. Do I need a bunch of cool features? Absolutely not. It's recording, it's capturing, it works fine. So yeah, I'm gonna skip that one. Hooray! Hooray helps you uncover hidden celebrations and make staying on top of birthdays a breeze. Create or join a group to get instant birthday notifications. I know I was talking about Facebook earlier and how there probably needs to be better social channels than Facebook. The one thing that Facebook's great at is reminding me of when someone's birthday is. So I'm going to skip that. All right. We got our first game. Finally. I have really been hoping for game reviews to be included in what I do on stream, but not like how traditional game reviewers do things. I think that games have a huge financial potential. Well, they do already, but a lot of business people, a lot of investors sleep on games as being great startups and great money makers and great things to invest in. This is like the future of the film industry and what films should have turned into, but are being taken over by games. This is top entertainment. This is where a lot of money is. And personally, if I was an investor, a VC, and I was looking to diversify my portfolio, as all VCs do, I would definitely allocate a certain percentage of it towards game startups. I'm not saying that you should invest in Elder Scrolls Castles, but games in general, I'm so high on, and I hope that I can include games in, my streaming reviews in the future. I want to look at it from the perspective of financial potential. So understanding target audience, understanding gameplay, comparing it to other games and seeing if it'll be successful compared to how other games have performed, and understanding, if a game will blow up. Some do. Obviously, recently the biggest one was Black Myth Wukong. They sold like tens of millions of copies within a week. And at $60 a copy, you do the math, they made a lot of money very quickly. But there are also other games like Concord, which I forgot how much Concord spent in development. It was over 100 million. It was a lot. And they didn't sell hardly any copies. They made less than $1 million. So not all games are obviously destined for success. There are a lot of games that fail, but you can tell pretty early on when a game is going to be liked by gamers. Elder Scrolls is a big name. Bethesda is a big name, but they haven't been doing too well recently. I don't really want to watch. Well, yeah, we'll watch it. Yeah, actually, that's enough of that. It's just a mobile game. I don't know. I can't be too excited about that, but Bethesda needs a win considering recent layoffs. Yeah, Bethesda does need a win. What game did Bethesda make recently that didn't do well? Oh, Starfield. Oh my gosh. So obviously the stream is primarily designed for LinkedIn. So I'm going to assume that there's only so many gamers that are on there. I mean, I guess business people game too. Starfield was an embarrassment and a disaster of a game. They took a long time to make it. They spent a lot of money. They hyped it up. They said it was going to be great. It was horrible. The AI was really bad. It was worse than some of Bethesda's old AI. And there were videos where it was being compared to GTA 4 which came out in like, I want to say like 2008. It was definitely before 2010. 2013 was when GTA 5 came out, but the AI and the gameplay and the graphics were worse than GTA 4, which came out 15 years ago. So yeah, Starfield was a huge, huge loss for them. Really unfortunate. Obviously, they still have some big name games. Elder Scrolls hasn't done so well. Doom, some of the classics, but recently not so good. Fallout definitely has fallen on its face quite a bit. Yeah, but Starfield, oh my gosh, Starfield was just an absolute disaster. They got destroyed last year in all the gaming awards with Baldur's Gate 3, which was a huge success, made a ton of money. But Starfield, not so much. Yeah, they need a win. Didn't someone say that? Yeah, Bethesda needs a win. I don't think this mobile game's gonna be it, but maybe, I don't know. Okay. Daily dose of wisdom. I'm gonna skip that one. Organize your messages without leaving LinkedIn, possibly. Okay, let's just there's 4 left here. Let's just go through. Graph 1, map your professional network with email and calendar. Graph 1 transforms your email and calendar data into a dynamic map of your real professional network. Find out who you know at any company or in any city. Okay. Unlock your network's power for warm intros and targeted outreach. As I mentioned before, I love networking tools. I think you can use a lot of them. There's not really any reason not to. Use many networking tools. You don't have to be restricted to one. So this could be interesting. I feel like personally, I've done pretty well with trying to connect with people on LinkedIn if I've had an interaction with them somewhere else, or if I've met them through another platform. And I just like to keep people on LinkedIn because it's a good place to kind of keep things organized. However, I am sure that some people have fallen through the cracks, where we've scheduled a meeting, maybe an intro call. Again, we've met somewhere else, and I didn't add them on LinkedIn for some reason. So it's possible that this is a good supplemental tool to add with LinkedIn. Find out which organizations you have connections to. Yeah. Share lists with coworkers, add comments. This could be really good for sales organizations. Connect your email and calendar. Graph 1 maps your network. Our algorithm analyzes your email and calendar data to create a detailed map of your professional network. We identify the strength of your connections based on communication frequency and meetings. Okay. Discover warm intro paths. We identify your connections to people, organizations, and investors along with the strength of each relationship. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not super sold on this. I think it can be useful. I think I would like to see how this works. I would like to see more of a demo. I would like to understand it a little better. It's definitely going in the right direction. But again, LinkedIn is really good for this type of thing. I think this can be supplemental, and I can see how it can be used in larger organizations, especially. This could be a really good corporate tool. This could be a good SME tool for the more medium-sized companies as well. A 250-person organization that is mostly with salespeople or business development professionals could work really well. Obviously, more than that, you know, you get into the 500 where it's less sales focused, but still has, you know, good sales, business development and such. It could work. I would be willing to give this a chance, but I'm not going to talk too much about it. For one, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours, and we've done 2 days worth of product hunt launches because I didn't go live yesterday. So, and we're almost at the end of it. So yeah, this could be all right. Again, I'm not totally sold, but I do like networking tools. And if this solution is cost effective to use, and it allows you to make additional sales, additional connections, make a little bit extra money, then it could be okay. But again, LinkedIn does a lot of this stuff already, just naturally. If it automates some of this prospecting process, then that could be good. Your daily wise, unlock daily insights from top books. I'm not gonna open this one. I have books that I read that I get information from. I've been reading The Daily Stoic lately, and I feel like I should actually post some of the things that I find in this book. It's really great, but I feel like that's what this company is doing. My daily dose of wisdom, right? This is my daily Stoic. It takes me not a lot of time to read, 1 minute, 2 minutes. It's kind of turned almost into like a Duolingo type of thing where it's just something I add to my day, but it doesn't take up a lot of time. So I don't really need daily wise. Okay, in labels, organize your messages without leaving LinkedIn. In labels is a Chrome extension that lets you label and organize your LinkedIn messages. No sign-in needed. Add up to 4 custom labels, rename them, and filter your conversations for easy management. Simplify your LinkedIn inbox. Okay. Labels for LinkedIn. Yeah, I mean, this could be cool. This could work out well for someone that doesn't have a CRM already. I think if you have a good sales tech stack, then obviously you're going to have different types of LinkedIn integration into your CRM to where you can manage follow-up and things like that. I would be willing to try this. Free for a limited time, no credit card required. Yeah, I'll try this out. Again, from earlier in the stream, I mentioned that I'm using DuckDuckGo for this, but I want to try the extensions on Brave. That should work better, but I'm going to do that off stream just to set it up, and it'll be better. So nothing to get too excited about with this. I think it can work, and like I said, it can work for someone that doesn't have a CRM and isn't really having a complex sales tech stack. But it's limited. There's only 4 labels. I do like that it's a simple solution. I'm always a big fan of that. Yeah, interested to try that out. Okay, we're on the last one, and then I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna see if anyone watched this stream. Pretty sure it's gonna be 0. If even one person watched this, I'd be pretty thrilled. But it's the first one, so I don't expect any viewership out of it. All right, last one. Echo Docs. Document smarter for humans and AI. Make your knowledge accessible with AI-driven transcription and automated documentation over 50 languages. So is this like a note taker? Let's see. Let's just watch the video.
Hey everyone, this is Nicholas, the creator of Echo Docs. And if you're interested to know how you can streamline and automate your documentation process using generative AI, hang on and I will briefly walk you through the tool. So you can get started as simple as recording your knowledge directly in the tool itself. Alternatively, you can simply upload any type of audio or video file, like a meeting that you have recorded. And you can also bring in existing transcripts that you want to optimize, summarize, and generate the document out. Simply select the language next and then enter a few contextual keywords, meaning what have you talked about in your meeting or in your transcript. And this will heavily improve the transcription in the end. And we also support timestamps, which is going to structure the transcript a bit better. And as simple as that, you get a contextually aware transcript, which offers much more accuracy than any type of standard meeting transcription service.
So I use an AI note taker that transcribes, and it's not perfect. I won't mention, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I've been using Fireflies. It's not perfect, but I rarely do go through the transcription. I do want the summary. And more importantly, I use the free version, which works great. And in fact, in the call I had earlier today, we discussed that. Fireflies is free. There are other AI note takers. To be honest, I haven't done a deep dive into different AI note takers to find the best one. I just happened to use Fireflies and kept using it because it worked and didn't care to look into the others. I think the problem here is that this is pretty crowded. There's going to be a lot of companies that do AI transcription and automated documentation. So there's going to be an uphill battle for Echo Docs. There might be something else that is unique and special. They're going to have to work on their USP and their messaging to kind of break through. But just saying AI-driven transcription, it's not going to be enough to get me to switch. There may be some people that are really heavy transcription users that may, nitpick between different services to find the best one. I don't know if Echo Docs is it. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm not gonna go through them. So, okay. So yeah, that was all of the companies between the 16th and 17th. It is showing 18th now, but there's not going to be any yet because it's only the 18th in a few places at the moment. So yeah, I want to review some of the good companies we found. Again, Superdemo. This is just a demo service for SaaS. Again, I've seen companies like this before. They seem cool. There's not one that sticks out in my mind that's great, so I'd be willing to try this. Not super sold, but seems all right. Tab Organizer. I like this because it's a simple solution. It's very straightforward. It's a problem that a lot of people have. And it's not too intrusive, it's just a Chrome extension and it helps you organize your tabs better. Coho. This was an AI, what was this? It was a segmentation tool, so it can help with personalization and conversion. I'm also not totally sold on this, but I want to check it out further. I didn't get all the information I wanted from looking at it initially. Mixpanel, super cool product. Again, they've been around for a few years, which I didn't know. A lot of cool features. It's not just a mouse tracker. They have different ways where you can see where conversion is working well. You can see why people are converting, why people are not converting. what people are interacting with, troubleshooting for technical issues. So not just for marketing and sales purposes. Super easy to integrate, not difficult at all. Technically not intrusive to your tech stack. This was probably the best one from today. I think Mixpanel seems really cool, and I'm gonna request a demo. The only thing I don't like Mixpanel is that you don't have any type of PLG option or any type of way for me to just automatically sign up. I don't like having to talk to sales. That's unfortunate. I think you lose money that way, and I don't know the exact number, but I've seen this quite a few times. Most people nowadays prefer not to have to talk to sales. So I'm just throwing it out there. There's no display of pricing here. If this is a really affordable solution, I'd love it. I'm not someone that has a ton of money to pay into something like Mixpanel. But if it's a cost-effective solution, then I would love to use it. It seems like a great product. But yeah, no pricing transparency, have to talk sales. That's kind of an L. But again, very cool product. We watched a couple demo videos and really went through the site. Very, very cool. Osmos, cool networking tool. Again, I love networking tools. Willing to give them a try. Seems cool. It's supposed to create meaningful connections and very specific, tailor-matched connections. No free trials, which I also like actually for community-based solutions. $40 a month. My only complaint, you only get one match a week, so you're paying $10 per connection, and one a week is a little slow. I want one a day. Absolutely. Maybe even more if it works well. Fiverr, this was to create landing pages for ad campaigns in mass. So again, it doesn't take away from your customization. It allows you to simply and quickly create a lot of landing pages without creating templates and having to manually go through. Seems really cool. I like the idea of that. Atlantics, this company is a database of innovative designs and patents, essentially for different types of developers. Sorry, I'm getting tired. Different types of research institutions to put their designs into this database, and then has tools to either help them launch a business properly or have someone like me come in and launch a business. That's from what I understood from this, but I want to dive deeper into this. Again, this could be a huge moneymaker if it works the way that I think that it works. Because as we've discussed, there's a lot of brilliant ideas that are put out there, but not enough people execute on them. So Graph One, this is another networking tool, leverages your email and calendar to build out your potential connections. Again, this would work for sales first organizations. I think SMEs and corporates can deal with this or use this really well. I'm not totally sold on this though yet. I think it could go one way or another, but I'm willing to look into it more. And then labels for LinkedIn, pretty straightforward. You get 4 labels. It's another Chrome extension. Great for someone that doesn't have a CRM. Pretty easy to set up. Seems like it could work pretty well. So yeah, I think that's it for today. My first stream ever, I made it 2 hours and 40 minutes. which is pretty impressive. Streaming is way harder than I ever expected. When I've seen people stream, you think it can't be that hard. You're just sitting there looking at things on the internet, talking to a camera. Much more difficult than I expected. But I really enjoy this. I'm hoping to get some good content out of this and create some nice videos as well. And since I haven't been watching it this whole time, I have no idea how many people watch this stream. I assume it's 0. If someone is watching, hi, thanks for watching on either X or LinkedIn or YouTube. Very, very cool. But yeah, I'm really happy that I was able to do this. I want to try and do it again tomorrow. Product Hunt's cool. I love startups. I love tech startups. I love seeing the projects that people are building. I love seeing how technology is shaping and changing our world. And we found some cool companies today. So definitely looking forward to looking into them more and finding some new companies in the future. But otherwise, that's all for today. I'm going to have to sign off. But yeah, thanks for watching if anyone is out there. And